Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So in today's video what we will be doing is we will be seeing a proper roadmap on how to be a good biomedical engineer. So when I was in college, right, I was having a lot of doubts as to what exactly is needed in the industry at this point of time, right? So if you are someone who is aspiring to get into one of the best organizations that are out there, specifically Medtronic, Baxter, Stryker, Johnson & Johnson, Siemens, if you want to get into these kind of companies as a biomedical engineer, so let's understand what skills are required, because I believe whatever we study in the college days, it is not up to the mark, right? Because the thing that we study in college, it's not relevant and it's not aligned with what is needed in the industry right now. But yes, there are two things, right? If you are someone who is aspiring to get into research and development and you want to develop new medical devices and all these things, then yes, the core understanding on the circuits, the amplifiers and all those things becomes very important. But on the other hand, if you want to join an organization like a medical equipment company as a sales representative or a key accounts manager, or any such roles, then rather than your core technical skills, there are a lot of other things that you have to focus upon, right? So without further ado, let me give you a proper roadmap. Okay, so I believe my screen is visible. So this is the roadmap that I have developed after a lot of research and analysis. I have gone through multiple resources. I have interacted with a lot of industry professionals to come up with this roadmap that I'm going to share with you guys. So first of all, basic thing that you need to do is to understand what exactly is biomedical engineering, right? You need to understand in depth about biomedical engineering, right? It is how it is different from biotechnology, because nowadays when I speak to people, they say that if I'm telling someone I have done biomedical engineering, they have this notion that it is something similar to biotechnology, but both are completely different. So you need to first of all have a complete understanding about what biomedical engineering is as a career stream, right? So once you do that, so first you have to get used to the basics of biomedical engineering. So for that, I will be referring a book called Biomedical Engineering, which is Bridging Medicine and Technology by W. Mark Salzman. So if I click here, don't worry, I have a detailed and a complete roadmap with all the resources that you need, right? So if you open this book, first I have given a small summary about what you will be doing exactly to finish this book. First you will be setting a goal, then you will be creating a schedule, then you will be previewing the book, then we will be reading the book actively, then we will be working on different problems, then we will be reviewing our regular studies, right? A weekly revision is what we will be doing. Then we will be applying whatever things we are studying, right? So this is the way that we would be finishing this book. Now if I come down and if I show you the 6 months plan, so to finish this book we are taking a time of 6 months, right? So we have broken down the complete book into 6 months. So the first month we will be finishing 4 chapters, right? Introduction to biomedical engineering, physiology, biomaterial, biomechanics. Now if you have to finish 4 chapters in 1 month, you need to plan weekly, right? How much you have to study, what you have to study. So since you feel that it is very difficult to finish such a huge book, I have given a weekly plan. So in week 1, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, what exactly you have to study, you have to read, how many pages you have to read. And I'm also giving you a daily plan, right? In day 1, what you have to study, how you have to study, what important things you have to note down. So accordingly, I have given a detailed plan as to how you can finish this book in 6 months, right? So I will also be starting it with you guys, so we are on the same page. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, you can go through the same. So first month 4 chapters, second month 4 chapters, third month 4 chapters, fourth month 4 chapters, and the same goes on. And the sixth month, right? The sixth month you will be basically writing a summary of this book. Then you will identify the key concepts and their applications in biomedical engineering, and developing a personal understanding of the field and its potential impact on healthcare and all these things. So basically, when you are about to finish this book, you will understand what kind of topics are interesting to you, right? So accordingly, you can look forward for a specialization. So 6 months is what it will take you to first have a hang of the basics of biomedical engineering. Right now, once you know the basics, you will be learning the anatomy, physiology and medical terminologies. So I would highly recommend that you can study anatomy if you want first, and then you can start with the basics of biomedical engineering. But this is the way that I would be following because I felt it more useful. So here we will be understanding the working of human anatomy. So I have given you the resources as well. So to study anatomy and physiology, there is a course in Khan Academy which is completely free of cost. There are video lectures, there are practice questions, there are quizzes to help you get a detailed understanding on anatomy and physiology of human body. If not that, there is another course by University of Michigan. Again, you will learn everything about the skeletal, muscular and nervous systems and all those things. So first you finish the basic program by Khan Academy, then you get little more deeper into the topics that are skeletal, muscular and nervous systems, right? It is basically like going little more deeper into it. Then you will be studying about medical terminology. Again, there is a course by University of Minnesota, and this is also a free course, and you will be understanding what are the languages used in the healthcare field. There are different medical terms, what are the abbreviations and the symbols, and again video lectures, quizzes and exercises to keep you motivated to finish that program. Once that is done, you will be doing again another program, anatomy and physiology by OpenStax. Now all these 5 courses that you see, it is very mandatory for you to go through all of these, because as I said, right, there are a lot of resources out there in the internet how to select the best ones. So I have done the hard work for you guys, and this is the top 5 courses. If you do this, there's nothing else that is required for you to do apart from these courses, right? Now again, these 5 courses, try to do at least 2 if you cannot do all the 5. If you are doing 2 enough, you are doing a really good job, right? So that is how you will be preparing and learning about human anatomy. Now once that is done, we will be getting little more in depth about biomedical engineering, design aspects, developments, instruments, what are the different devices used to measure and monitor biological processes, and you will be learning. This is when you will be starting to explore the core concepts like sensors, transducers, what are the different signal processing techniques, what are the different image processing techniques, a lot of stuffs. So for this I have used again a book which is Biomedical Instrumentation and Measurements by Leslie Cromwell and Fred J and Eric A. So if all these things, all the details you want PDF, everything would be given in the description. You can just go and download it. So in this book again, I have first described how to study this book, because see, there are different ways you have to study different books, right? So again, how you should study the book, coming down, suggested timeline to complete the book. Again, I am giving you a daily plan which you can follow to finish this book. Week 1, what you will be doing? Week 1, first day you will be reading through the chapter 1, then you will be understanding the important concepts, highlighting it down, writing down the notes. So all these things, a detailed plan is here again given. So week 1, daily plan is there. Week 2, week 3, week 4, accordingly I have provided all the details that you need, all the timelines, schedule that you should follow to finish this specific segment, which is biomedical instrumentation and measurement. So right now, as of now, what you have done, you have gotten a complete understanding about human anatomy. Now you know how human body works. Once you know that, you got to know the basics of biomedical engineering, right? Once you do that, you go a little more in depth about studying about the different instruments that are used in the industry, what are the different measurements being used, what are sensors, transducers. You get into technicalities. Now when you do these many things, you will understand what specific specialization is interesting you, right? And that is why I have again given it as a different section called choosing a specialization, right? So how you will be choosing the specialization? Again, there are 5 points that I have mentioned. You have to self-reflect, or you have to ponder upon these 5 points to come up with a specific specialization that you are interested in doing, right? Maybe signal processing is something that you would be interested in. If not that, maybe biomaterials is something that you would be interested in, biomechanics or tissue engineering or medical imaging. A lot of fields are there that you can explore. Now again, one small thing that I would like to tell here is people most of the time I've seen after finishing their BTech they directly go for masters. So the point that I'm trying to convey here is when you're doing BTech, you are just exploring. And if you ask me, in 4 years exploring biomedical with projects, practicals, exams, assignments, daily classes, I don't feel that you are trying to find out what you love. Rather than what you do is you are just mugging up things, you are understanding things just to pass the exams, get good CGP and all those things. So the problem with doing immediate masters after your BTech is that when you are talking about doing masters in biomedical engineering, there is again a specialization that you will have to choose. The specialization would be something similar: medical imaging, biomechanics, biomaterials, tissue engineering. So what I'm trying to say is until and unless you really know that what kind of specialization do you want to do, there is no point to do masters. I hope I'm making a lot of sense here, right? Now, once you have done a specialization, once you know what kind of specialization you are looking for, that is when you start working on hands-on projects. I also have a lot of resources for you to come up and try and make different projects in the biomedical engineering field. So there are a lot of open source medical device platforms wherein you can go, you can see what are the ongoing projects, how you can contribute directly to those projects. That is one platform you can use. Instructables is an amazing website wherein you can do different DIY biomedical projects. Hackaday is there, then MIT Open Courseware is there, where you can directly see what kind of projects have students and researchers done from the MIT university. So that is one really good platform. And the final one is NIH 3D Print Exchange, which is a platform that provides 3D printable modules of biological molecules, cells, organs. So if you ask someone who is having interest in tissue engineering, so how would you get hands-on or how would you do projects on tissue engineering segment, right? So NIH 3D Print Exchange is something where you can go and do some tissue engineering specialization projects as such if you're interested to explore that domain, right? So what you have done, you have understood the basics, you have gone little in depth about biomedical engineering, you have chosen a specialization, you have done hands-on projects. Now what? Now you have to attend conferences and seminars, because that is exactly where you will be networking with a lot of people. There are two best platforms to network. One is Biomedical Engineering Society, which comes under IEEE, right? And there is another community called Medicine and Biology Society. There is medical design and manufacturing events that are happening. So according to your specialization, you will have to attend conferences and seminars to understand what is happening in the industry, right? Some may be paid, some may be free. So whatever free events or webinars or master classes or anything like that I come across, I'll be sharing it with you guys, so you can be rest assured of that. So again, you have to attend conferences and seminars to get more in detail understanding about what exactly is happening in the industry. Now, once you do this much, that is when you focus on getting internships, right? How to get internships, because when I was in college, no one was there to tell me how to get internships, right? The college was not that great to help me get internships from their side, wherein I had to do a lot of research, understand how to get internships. And so yeah, I will be helping you guys to understand how to apply for an internship. So you can use platforms like Internshala, LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, Wayup. A lot of platforms are there through which you can apply for internships. But before applying to internships, you have to make sure you have the right skill sets that is needed. Now, internship opportunities can be hard to crack. Why exactly? Or if you want to get the top-notch internship opportunities specifically for biomedical engineers, then these are the few platforms or communities you can go join and get a direct biomedical internship. But again, to crack these kind of internships, you need to really have amazing skill sets. And don't worry, we will be focusing to develop those kind of skill sets through this roadmap or through this channel. Now, once you do all these things, once you get an internship, you are apt, but you have to make sure that you are staying up to date with the industry, right? And for that, what you have to do is basically you have to explore new technologies that are being implemented by different medical equipment companies or medical healthcare companies as such. You have to understand what are the competitive advantages between two products. So if there is an insulin pump that is manufactured by Medtronic and if there is an insulin pump manufactured by Stryker, you need to understand how competitively what advantages Medtronic has on Stryker and Stryker has on Medtronic. So basically you have to do a good product comparison and understand if Medtronic's product is being preferred more in the industry, why exactly it is preferred? What are the pros because of which it is standing apart from the other competitors that are there out in the market? So these kind of analysis you have to do. And how to know or how to get see, again, regulatory compliance is one thing a lot of freshers biomedical engineers get the opportunity into, but that is not something that I would suggest you to do as a biomedical engineer, because there is a lot of studies that you have to do. So basically it's more like a support role, wherein if there is some escalation with respect to any medical equipment or any design aspect of the equipment or anything as such, you work as a support. You provide a support to them wherein the query is escalated. So there are different levels for escalation, right? According to the severity of the issue, there are different escalation levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you are getting into regulatory compliance as a fresher, you may be in level, you will be maybe in level 1. So level 1 escalations will be very easy to solve. If there are more complex escalations, it goes up to the hierarchy, right? So but that is not something that I feel I would enjoy doing. But yes, if you feel that that is something you like, quality, checking the quality, or if you like making sure that the medical equipment is inclined with the medical standards that or the rules or the standards that are there, then maybe you can follow that stream as well. But again, how to know or how to be up to date with the industry, don't worry, I have also provided some platforms and magazines and communities that you can join to stay updated with this. So MedGadget is one platform, a website wherein you get all the updates about medical technology, which includes news, reviews, medical devices, imaging, digital health, and all these things. Medical device and diagnostic industry, that is specifically a platform where a lot of publications happen. And IEEE Plus magazine is again a wonderful magazine in which you can stay up to date with healthcare news and updates as such. So basically all these platforms and all these things are actually the platforms that you can explore, and you have to use it on a weekly basis. If it's on a daily basis, well and good, but it is very important for you to stay up to date with the industry, to understand what kind of technological changes are happening in the industry. So this is a complete roadmap that you can follow, and trust me, if you ask me how to do all of these things, first 2 months, just read the books, just get familiar with the basics of biomedical engineering. Then again spend 2 months on understanding the anatomy and physiology. Then 2 months studying the instrumentation and the measurements techniques in used in biomedical engineering. 2 months specialization, 2 months working on hands-on project. 1 year is what it would take for you, if you are dedicated in your preparation, to crack and get into the best organizations that are out there in the industry, wherein you can join either as a biomedical engineer, or you can join as a research and development intern, or you can be a researcher, or you can be a biomedical scientist, you can be a calibration engineer, you can get into regulatory and compliance. A lot of streams are there. You can get in as a service engineer, field engineer. So right now when I say these things, you may not be aware about as to what each of the designation and what are the roles and responsibilities of each of these designations. But don't worry, in the coming videos I will be making videos wherein you can understand the differences between each of these roles, like how a service engineer is different from a field engineer. So all these things I will be explaining you guys. So I believe this roadmap was good enough, right? And I will be providing the link for this template on the description. If not, there will be my email ID. You can send a direct email to me. I will share all the books, all the ebooks, all the PDFs, and everything that is required by you to prepare all these things that I have mentioned so far. So if you enjoyed this video, do press the like button. And if you are an aspiring biomedical engineer, if you are currently a biomedical engineer who is trying to enhance your skills, then this is the platform for you, bro. I will teach you biomedical engineering in such a way that you understand the core concepts in a very easy manner, right? So that is the motive of this channel, and I hope you like this video. If so, share it with your college mates, share it with your friends who are in the biomedical engineering domain or who are in the healthcare domain, and let's just learn and grow together, man.